We all love reading manhwas, but sometimes we are dissatisfied because when the manhwa starts getting more interesting, we realize that it only has 20 chapters or it only has 30 chapters. So in today's video, I'm going to help you solve that problem. In this video, we will talk about manhwas which have more than 300 chapters. Before that, let me tell you something. You all know that Korean manhwas are very less in quantity as compared to the Chinese manhwas. And if we are talking about Korean manhwas that have more than 300 chapters, well, they can be counted on one hand. But if we are talking about Chinese manhwas, then they are in abundance. In this video, most of the manhwas are Chinese manhwas. So let's start our list. On number 10, we have Dragon Prince Yuan. In most of the websites, the name of the manhwa is Yuan Zun. A young man with a brush plunges into a chaotic world and lights up the heavens. In a world where cultivators are paramount, will the vermilion bird swallow the dragon? Which means, will the main character be able to transcend beyond all else? Will the main character be able to reach the peak? This manhwa has one of the best art. The fight scenes are very well drawn. Even the side characters are not as cliche as the other Chinese manhwas. Our main character goes from being weak to strong. Our main character is smart, intelligent, calculative, ruthless, etc. Number 9 on our list is Martial Art Reigns. Ye Ming, the rising star of Ye family, is regarded as a genius among his peer cultivators, but he was schemed by his jealous cousin, and the latter cuts his meridians, cripples his abilities, and hamstrung him ruthlessly. Well, that's how a cliche Chinese manhwa starts. But Ye Ming never gives up because he would sacrifice everything for the sake of revenge for his deceased parents who were murdered by the Huang family. But he doesn't know that he is considered a pain in the neck by Yi family, and a big conspiracy is looming out of the darkness. Sometimes I don't understand the logic of these authors. If the main character is already a trash, then what is the need for the family to conspire against him and to banish him? Well, you already know this is going to be a cliche revenge manhwa. Number 8 on our list is The World of Gangland. Well, at first this manhwa seems very interesting, but after reading 200 chapters you will start getting bored, and suddenly after that the environment of the whole story shifts and it becomes a lot dark, considering that it is a usual light-hearted story. One of the immortal of the heaven, while the other is a good-for-nothing cultivator rookie. When playing an online game, our main character, who is a female, enters the game, or you can say reincarnates into the game. The world of the video game is full of cultivation. How could our main character, the little rookie, climb to the peak of cultivation world with one step at a time? In my opinion, the story might be decent, but the art of this manhwa is bad. Number 7 on our list is Rebirth of the Urban Immortal Cultivator. This manhwa is one of the most popular manhwas as it is one of the oldest Chinese manhwas. During the anti-cataclysm period, the monk Chen Fanyu fell into the catastrophe of the day, but he dreamed of returning to the earth's young age in 500 years. In the last life, he was at the top of the universe, overlooking the world, but no one was his equal. After 500 years, the main character, an immortal, is reborn and returned to the city. We all have got the gist after listening to the summary, and that is our main character is someone super powerful and he gets reincarnated into the past and he is extremely overpowered, and those arrogant young masters or those petty side characters all kneel down in front of our main character. There are a few things that I absolutely hate about our main character, and that would be being extremely arrogant. Number 6 on our list is Martial God Asura. The young Chu Feng was always seen as an insult to the Chu family due to his weak physique. One day he decides he has had enough of it, and in order to reclaim his father's name and save his mother, he decides to get stronger no matter what. Yes, I understand it becomes really difficult for you to pronounce the names of these Chinese protagonists and the side characters also, as they are so difficult. They are difficult than even my mathematics exam. Number 5 on our list is Above All Gods. Our main character is a villain, and not only a villain, but he is an overpowered villain. And because of this, the heavens judge him and kill him. But our protagonist reincarnates after 500 years. Everything around him has changed. The main character has become a legend, being worshipped by others. But no one knows that he has actually reincarnated. Our main character is known as Gentleman Jian, and he is truly like a gentleman. He drinks tea peacefully and loves sitting under a tree. But if someone tries to show off in front of him or tries to become arrogant, then he simply kills them. The worst thing about this manhwa is that the enemies, knowingly that he is overpowered, directly provoke him only to end up dead in the next chapter. And then we see their brother, their father, their ancestor come and take revenge on our main character, but the result still remains the same, and that is the annihilation of their entire clan, whereas the main character lightly sips tea. Number 4 on our list is I Have a Mansion in the Post-Apocalyptic World. Trust me, the manhwas that I have mentioned in this list, most of them have a light novel, and the light novel is much better compared to the manhwa. Similarly, this one also has a light novel. Jian Cheng crossed into the Judgment Day after the nuclear war, and it was a mess everywhere. In order to survive, Jiang Chen led the refugees to establish a bare area and set up a federation, then carry the Judgment Day's technology and return to the true world, change the political structure of the earth, rescue the world in a critical moment, and establish the Great Union of Earth Federation. The art of this manhwa is decent, our main character is also decent, but the only problem is with annoying side characters, especially the girls. Actually, if someone hates harem category to the core, then they should not read this manhwa, and those who love this category should definitely read it. Number 3 on our list is My Wife is the Demon Queen. I would definitely recommend this manhwa to those people who like overpowered or smart main character. But this story has a ridiculously slow pacing. Our main character is a normal human being who is transferred to another world because of a ring. If you are thinking that this is going to be the same cliche in which our main character will get an overpowered cheat and become super strong in just a few chapters, then this is not going to happen, because our main character is just a normal guy. He doesn't have any cheats, he doesn't have any skills for swordsmanship or magic. Our main character does not shine with his physical abilities. Instead, he shines with his brain. This manhwa shows how smart our main character is. The story is good and the art is also beautiful. On number 2 we have Against the Gods. His meridians were destroyed, he was abandoned by his clan, mocked by the world as a useless trash, and was murdered on the night of his wedding. But thanks to the mirror of Samsara, his destiny was reversed and he was reborn into the world filled with both hatred and regret. He swore that at this time he would reach the pinnacle of power. I think instead of describing the story about each of these manhwas, I should simply say that the same old cliche in which the main character is betrayed and then he is reborn. Although Chinese manhwas are improving very much, if you look at the recent manhwas that have released, you will realize that they have improved the quality to a much higher standard, like World Apocalypse Online, Don't Get Me Wrong, I Am the Real Victim, King of Bugs, People on Earth Are Too Ferocious, etc. These manhwas are not your usual cliche, and the authors have also put in much effort. But unfortunately, these manhwas have very less chapters. On number 1 we have Ultimate Scheming System, also known as Strongest Anti-Meta. One of the oldest and most funniest Chinese manhwa. Scamming all day, every day, often venturing alone. He bluffs to get the ultimate power in this cultivation world. Shuki, our protagonist, who, like every other protagonist in a fantasy novel, gets reincarnated into a cultivation world with a system. This system is super overpowered that provides him with different cultivation techniques and also different types of pills. But this system is just too legendary. This manhwa is very funny. Almost each and every chapter will crack you up. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, you can subscribe to our channel. Have a very beautiful day.